players are once again taking to the social forums posting how they were just banned, while Downvote bots are apparently taking over Discord. Plus, a player favorite is back on the menu, but it feels like the fat-free version, which has some players asking, what the hell happened? We've got all this plus more on deck for today, so stick around as we dive into everything Helldivers. We might as well start off with a topic that's been gaining traction within the Helldivers community concerning bans. Now, I've been receiving a lot of DMs with little screenshots here and there, but as of yet, I still haven't been able to find a definitive explanation taking us from step A to Z with everything that has transpired. But we do have some idea of what's happening, so let's get into it. So far, we know that some unknown amount of players have been receiving permabans from the Helldivers Discord that say this cannot be appealed. So this is coming either from the official HD2 mod team or directly from Arrowhead. And I want to be clear here. I know there's been some finger pointing back and forth. Accusations are being flung around. But as far as what I can see, again, this is just from what I've been able to locate. I haven't been able to find a smoking gun that says, hey, it's all just the HD2 moderators and they're going rogue, or hey, it's the Arrowhead dev team that are directing these bans. From this post found over on the unfiltered Helldivers Reddit showing the banned message, it says that they are banning anyone who is in cheesing servers. Now, I don't know if they mean to say cheating servers or if it was truly supposed to be cheesing servers. But from the looks of this Reddit post, it seems that someone or some group is going into these outside Discord servers, taking down like a list of names of those members and then cross-referencing those names against the official HD2 Discord. And from there, if there's a match, they're getting banned? ? I say that with a great deal of confusion as to who is actually getting banned, because according to this Reddit post, it's members of cheesing servers. Now, I've received another DM that says players that were a part of cosmetic mod servers were also getting banned, even though they didn't discuss those mods openly in the official Helldivers Discord. And in general, it's a lot of second and third hand information. I admit that, but I felt it needed to be included in today's upload because what we do know is that players are indeed being banned. Now, I wanted to bring this point up. We've seen the Arrowhead team say time and time again that they are actually pro-modding starting as far back as a few months after the game launched in 2024. Here on the channel, you see me post videos of our entire squad running like Halo ODST and Star Wars mods, and I've even experimented with full sound effect mod packages and Helldivers cosmetics ranging from being a space marine to PUBG, and nothing has ever happened to me. But also, just to be clear, we've never used things that alter the game for, say, more credit drops or higher damage. So it's an interesting story because it seems to be drawing in a larger cross-section of players. We've got people saying they were just a part of a server. We've got others saying they were a part of cosmetic servers and so on, plus whatever these cheese servers were involved with. But one really important point to mention is that these bans are not from the game itself. I just want to make that clear. These are currently isolated to the official HD2 Discord. But there's these little mentions coming from the community that this is the beginning of a much stronger push that is expected from the studio to crack down on all mods, ranging all the way from cosmetics to even something like the custom Galactic War. Again, take those rumors with a pinch of salt, at least for now, but this is one of those times that Arrowhead needs to step in with an official response. Was it them? Was it Sony? Was it members of the Discord mod team? You know, we could really use some answers here. However, I have a feeling they're going to hang back on this one because of the official TOS, or Terms of Service, explicitly say it's against the rules to mod. But on the other hand, the general enforcement policy with HD2 has always been one of don't ask, don't tell. And as we've already seen, ranging all the way from Johan to Chimes over in Discord, you know, they've had a good time with some of these mod creations. They've laughed at them. They've applauded how good they are. And they've also mentioned how pro-mod they are as a studio. But here, at least according to those Discord members that have been removed, There's some sort of mole operation, at least that's what they're calling it, against the modding servers, with players' names being cross-referenced and then removed in batches from the main Discord. I'm going to keep watching this one, and my team tends to be on top of tracking down the information and posts as they become available, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure, and we'll keep watching it develop, so expect a follow-up report once we've got more to go on. But of course, the Helldivers Discord is going to stay as the theme as we dive into this next topic concerning thumbs down emotes and bots. The game is fine, haters are just bots, is how this post hit the unofficial Helldivers Reddit, highlighting a response from community manager 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as she reacted to a post she had made inside the Discord, which I think was this one, announcing the major order we got just 2 days ago. And as you can see, the downvotes emoji ratios every other selection. Now, the responses 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 posted over in the official Helldivers Discord came in several different variations, ranging all the way from here, this first one that says, "When you thumbs down a major order post, you are thumbs downing me specifically just to hurt my feelings." Okay. A follow-up variation came in response to Discord members mentioning bots, where she said, quote, "If lots of people thumbs down, I do want to check and make sure it's not a bigger thing." And this kind of back and forth continued on for more than a few posts. Bots were mentioned, bot explanations were given. Of course, this caught the attention of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the person who created all the Discord bots we see in the official Discord, along with those crazy Illuminate and Automaton puzzles and hype barrages we saw as part of those story arcs just before we began those invasions. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 went on to explain and outline how the initial thumbs down reactions happen in mere milliseconds after these announcements post, not in an attempt to ratio a post, but more so to establish the thumbs down emoji there for members to see. So visually it's there, and therefore it attracts members' eyes and they can start clicking on it. But he did also say that 99.9999999% of those downvotes are in fact real. Ultimately, this is one of those instances where it feels like the Arrowhead comms team is once again failing to read the room and the situation at hand. The bots topic, at least in my opinion, is a non-factor. And at the end of the day, it's not people downvoting the post because it was 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 who made it. Because, you can go back into the HD2 announcement channel and see Mitch getting the same treatment and ratioed just the same. While some members may be downvoting it because of their dislike for the person who did the posting, what's really at the heart of this is players expressing that they are not happy with Helldivers 2 and the direction and lack of fast fixes they are seeing applied to it. Speaking of which, here's a friendly reminder from a Reddit user that says it's 5 days and still no acknowledgement of the upscaling issue. Going on to also remind us that Arrowhead released a fix for the Hive Guard in 8 days, but haven't even acknowledged the upscaling issue in 5. They also throw in that the Lumber or Flamethrower has been bugged for 43 days. Has it really been 43 days? Wow, man, time flies, right? Time flies. And while they've actually acknowledged this issue, there's no fix in sight. Hulk surges are back on the menu, and in case you haven't logged in to check them out, you can find them over on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. But if you are a veteran of the OG Hulk surges, you're going to notice that these current versions are like diet substitutes to what they used to be. So what we've got going on with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a combination of the Jet Brigade and a Hulk Surge modifier, with the Jet Brigade being one of the player base's favorite sub-factions to go up against. But there's a few factors in play here to this current surge that need to be highlighted. First and foremost are the surge densities themselves. And like I said earlier, comparing these surges to the Hulk surges we first saw when they were added to the game is like, I don't know, comparing Coke to Diet Coke. Yes, the cans are the same size, the Coke logos look the same, but once you pop the top and get a taste of them, Diet Coke is lacking everything that makes real Coke taste so damn good. And in this scenario, what we are missing here is Hulks. Now, luckily, I vaulted some footage from the older Hulk surges where we would have dropship after dropship dropping off nothing but Hulks. No chaff, no filler, just 6 Hulks at a time hitting the ground with a singular focus of tearing you and your squad mates a new asshole. The surges on 𝗏𝗃, though, are maybe a quarter of what they used to see. So first thing we need Arrowhead to do is to crank up the surges to their maximum, and I mean maximum levels. Whatever was done back on those previous surges, duplicate it here, now, and again. Because getting a bot drop and seeing one ship drop off hulks is really not enough. Also, another super important factor here is the mob makeup. Because we're seeing a lot of Jet Brigade chaff, which is cool, but the War Striders seem to be taking up too much of the POI spawn points. Let me explain. We've heard Arrowhead talk about POIs and breaches having a set number of points allocated to the enemy unit spawns, and they keep those totals within a range to kind of balance out the encounters. And my gut is telling me that War Striders are eating up far too many of those points because there's just not enough enemies to shoot at. Unfortunately, my footage got corrupted from an earlier session we dove in on this morning, but we literally stood there in front of a bot detector tower and tried to farm it. And while, yeah, it did bring in a series of dropships, hulks were vastly outnumbered versus all the other enemies like troopers and what I mentioned earlier, War Striders. You know, I'd like some feedback on this one, so make sure to drop a comment about where you feel the sweet spot for surges really is. But if Arrowhead ever happens to see this video, drop the War Striders completely and crank up the Hulk drops to the absolute limits this game can handle, because that's when players can really get to experience all that Helldivers can deliver, and trust me, players love it. But as always, that's just my 2 cents on everything, and here's where I turn to you, my viewers, for your feedback. What are your thoughts on the recent bans, the Discord downvote bots, and the surges we are seeing right now in the game? Drop a comment and let's get a discussion going. If you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. If you're on mobile, you could always swipe to hype the video. And before I go, I'd like to say thank you to all of our dedicated channel supporters. Until the next one, this is 𝗲𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 signing off.